like a condensed version that we can put in
Scrum of Scrums.
And then, never mind.
No, keep going. Keep going.
I can facilitate and just go through each project, and would that be okay? So torch table, Chris.
Things are going well. There are no blocks currently. We're making progress.
Okay. What's the what are you guys currently what's your current?
Is that relevant to the
Objective.
meeting, or should we just be focusing on blocks? Scrum is supposed to be shorter, right?
Yeah.
What you've accomplished, what you want to accomplish, and unblock. Right?
Yeah, those three main basic
your primary
things.
objective, I guess, that you want to accomplish.
Same thing as it's been. We're working towards completion of prototype 1.
Okay. I guess Alex isn't here to gasifier. CEV press, Marshall?
Yeah, CV press. Current block of note is finding additional data points for cylinder compression strength and size. We have one data point torn through the appropriate technology source book, and we haven't found anything about. Anyways, so that's current block. 3 things on the horizon that aren't blocks at the moment, but could very soon be blocks, are sourcing a large bandsaw, streamlining the process of getting CAD into ready to fabricate documentation, and the controller, the new controller, or if we're going to reuse the old controller, just getting that ordered, if we're just going to order it from China or whatever, or if we're going to try and make it. I'm not totally clear on those steps, so I want to check with you on those last 2. But those aren't blocks; those are just on the horizon.
Future, like things are getting done.
They could be blocks if I sat on them for another week. But
Right. Okay. Cold saw? Musa?
From the last time, mentioned we had the stoppers to put in. Those are put in a pretty long time ago, and we also have gotten the angle indicator and the digital inclinometer so that we can measure the angle more effectively, pretty precisely, to a tenth of a degree. And the next step was to get the vise more tightly fit with the shafts that the moving blocks slide on, the guides. But we're on the block. We got the bushings in, but we don't have a flap wheel that is small enough to clean out the inside so we can fit the shafts in for the moving blocks more smoothly. So that's the current state. We have to get that small flap wheel.
Hey, what about the coolant?
Oh yeah. The coolant, the tube has arrived, so that's ready. The submersible pump has been ordered, so that's in shipping. And depending on what we see with the blade operation with the vise on, where the lubricant goes, we'll set up a tray. We're probably going to set up a tray underneath the entire cold saw and just have the little submersible pump just taking fluid from that like they do with conventional cold saws and draining it up to the tube, and the tube somehow probably like mini clamped onto a part of the blade guard, and that'll be it for the coolant system.
Is that a machine? Is that like an industry standard coolant pump? Or
But it's just, you need some way of transporting the fluid
Okay.
from the collector into that top
How
part
does it,
where
when
you
it goes
use the
when
blade.
it hits the saw? How does it and then it cools the blade and goes into the tray? It's then pumped back up.
Yep.
What cools it before it gets back? Wouldn't it just get hotter and hotter as it gets cycled, or is there a way to?
No, like if it gets, once it starts getting hot, then like as it travels through, like and contacts all the surfaces of the cold saw and goes into like the tray where it meets all the other fluid, it just like loses all that thermal.
There's enough fluid.
the tray can be slanted to the side where there's a reservoir, where there's a larger volume of fluid
Oh, okay.
kept, and that's why it slows down the system. It gets held in that reservoir.
Micro track.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say other than Aiden's leaving in a week about, so I think we might put a hold on building it until, because he said he wants to come back after, or in December, after school, first semester's out, and we would be more able to build it then, maybe like not as busy with infrastructure, which is our main priority. Water, power is our main priority. Can we agree on that? And CEV production, and agriculture, and surveying. That's like my bigger priorities right now.
Your short list.
Yeah. So that's kind of my main block, is like working through that, and yeah, so we might, I don't know, we're gonna have a review meeting tonight, and then we'll talk about design changes or whatever, and maybe we'll have another design sprint, but not a build sprint, while we're trying to get ready for CEB production. That's all I have.
Okay. Agriculture?
So we're working on site design, researching and drawing, surveying, Graham's taking it in stride. Progress still needs to be made. We're going to compare the areas of worst erosion to the map after we get the grid set. And planting food, I just sorted all of our seeds that we can plant for the fall time. Just got to get those in the ground, and watered, and mulched. I just sourced a milk filter that can be permanent, it's stainless steel, so it can be sterilized, and we won't have to buy paper ones anymore.
Ooh.
The rabbit seed stock is set, like we have our 3 foundation does, and one of them's pregnant, so we're going to have babies in a month. And we can start building up our rabbit dynasty for eating. And
Is irrigation?
Yeah.
irrigation, I'm waiting on the water meeting to happen so that we can dig the trench, lay the pipe, get us off of the well water at the house, have us on the municipal, and then we can use the well water for irrigation. I'm going to hook it into the rain catchment barrels that we already have, and then have a pump with constant pressure so that we can water whenever we want, however much we want, because we have lettuces in the ground and those are going to need water if we don't have any rain. But it's been raining lately, so thank God.
Did you say trenching for the house water line?
Eventually, yeah. We can lay the pipe now, but we're going to need to bury it before it freezes. Also, plow. I have a pretty good design with a lot of input from different people, and that's published on the Electrek Implements page. I have to upload the most recent file because I made some changes last night. But we can start building that, me and Aiden, later this week, if we have time, amongst all the other shenanigans.
Why, please put the plow on the task completed. Is that in there?
I didn't consider it completed because there's still a couple of tweaks that I want to make, but once that's done.
The way to fake it is to say begun design of. That's a task done.
Well, it's more like 80% done. I don't know how specific you want me to be, but I'll just put whatever I do on there.
Finishing plow, yeah.
I guess it's more important than
publish it, because then I can take a look at it.
Not publishing it.
Oh,
I didn't know it's there.
I don't like to put things on the status log unless they're totally done by my standards, and there's a lot of
Publish early
steps
enough.
in between beginning and done.
Okay.
If we could be more clear about that when we set up our Scrum foundation infrastructure. I mean,
Okay.
I feel like we're
That's
coming
good.
towards that, but that's another topic.
Yeah.
What else for ag? I think that's it.
In terms of water, we've got the meter installed. We just need to dig down to where the inlet pipe is and then run it from there up into our main inlet into the house. So we have to figure out what the diameter of the pipe is, and then we just have to get some shovels and go down, attach the fixings, figure out what sort of fittings we want, and then we should have nice municipal water. And then in terms of the rain catchment, we need to figure out the system for our cistern. I guess right now we're looking at a gravel pit cistern or a above ground tank, and we need to figure out who would dig that or how we would dig that. I mean, just the talk of using the live track to do that. Figure out how long it would take to dig a cistern big enough with the live track. But we're gonna have a water meeting tonight, so there'll be more, talk like that. So that's water. And then in terms of org development, Aaron, do you want to sort of?
Okay, yeah. We got our bank account open and we got our paperwork filed with the IRS. Right now we're getting the control panel set up in the Flashy platform so that all the steps for organizational development are mapped out, and I'm filling those in. So yesterday I did the bylaws, articles of incorporation, the conflict of interest policy are all up there. We're working on getting stuff like the accounting system in place. There's just a ton of stuff to do. So, but the other thing is recruiting. So trying to get the house done so that we can house the new people. But generally, getting unstuck is getting people to help out and do these like short work sessions together on getting the house finished. Working out like a system for keeping this place livable. But other than that, I think that's it.
Cool.
Yay.
Scrums.
Yay!
What's our process for adding, editing, and removing projects from the project list?
I think we need to have a prioritizing meeting to do that today, because I've got too many projects. Like, we're all Scrum Masters and we're all also on other teams, and that's like a sign that we're all overburdened.
We'll work that out, yeah.
Priorities.